Okay guys, today just a quick video about the Oase Biomaster filters. I know a lot of you guys are using this filter. I mean, they're very popular, but I also know that a lot of people are struggling with some noise issues, and myself included actually. So today in this video I want to talk about how I managed to really reduce the noise levels from my Oase Biomaster 850 and just maybe help you guys hopefully solve your issues as well. Now this video is going to be specifically about the trapped air noise. I like to call it burping. That's when the filter just blows out a lot of air bubbles all at once. So I had this issue from the moment I got this filter, and in the beginning I thought, okay, I just added a ton of new filter media. It's very porous, so it's probably just going to take a few days before all that air is out of the filter and it will be completely quiet. But it didn't stop. I mean, there were times where it wasn't really that bad and you didn't really notice it, but there were also days where you just couldn't ignore it, it was really starting to get annoying. It was especially bad when I was trying to make a video here as well, and I just had to retake the clip over and over again because I kept getting interrupted by the noise from the filter. I was also thinking using, what's it called? Hello? But actually the noise wasn't the only problem, because with this aquarium, with this filter, I'm also using a CO2 reactor. That's this big tube that you see over here. So the water from the filter flows through that tube, and I'm also at the same time injecting CO2 in there. So the CO2 is mixed with the water, and then when it enters the aquarium it's completely dissolved. It's a very efficient way of injecting CO2, but it becomes a lot less efficient if that tube keeps getting filled with air coming out of the filter. There's not supposed to be any air in there, just CO2 bubbles. So that was also a big issue. So then like a few weeks ago, it just got to the point where I got so sick of it, where I was like, okay, we have to do something about this. We have to come up with a solution. And then a few days after that, I went to visit this aquarium store, and I was talking to the owner about this problem. And he said that his Biomaster doesn't have any of those issues, but he was not utilizing the pre-filter. So that got me thinking. So then a few days after that, like the filter was acting up again. And then I switched the filter off. I took out the pre-filter. I removed all the sponges from the pre-filter. And then I placed the pre-filter back without the sponges. And since then it was like a massive difference. Like there was barely any air burping anymore. And actually one other thing that I did as well is, before I put that empty pre-filter back into the Biomaster, I put a lot of Vaseline on the rubber of the pre-filter. This was actually a suggestion from somebody in the comments. So thank you for that suggestion, I really appreciate it. And yeah, since then the trapped air issues and the burping has just been really significantly reduced. So yeah, this is not really a pretty solution. I mean, the pre-filter is one of the best features of the Biomaster series. So to remove that, it's kind of defeats the purpose of the filter. But for me it doesn't really matter. I mean, this aquarium is only 180 liters. It has a very light stocking and it doesn't really get that dirty, Even when I still had the pre-filter, I would only take it out and maybe clean it once in 3 months or so, and even then it wouldn't really be very dirty. So right now I'm not really missing the pre-filter just yet. So I'm definitely no filter expert, and everything that I'm going to say now is just pure speculation. But I think the reason why this method just helped to reduce the noise is because those pre-filter sponges are just a massive flow restrictor, Like according to Oase, this Biomaster 850 is capable of doing 1550 liters per hour. I'll put on the screen how much that is in gallons. And not too long ago I did a flow test on my YouTube channel as well, and we got like 600 liters per hour or something, which is very little, so less than half even. And I think that the filter is definitely capable of pushing more flow than that, but the pump just doesn't get enough water through, because the flow is being restricted by a lot of things. And I think this situation is sort of creating like a vacuum inside the filter, and that's why the air is being drawn into the filter, and that's creating those burps. But again, this is all just my speculation. But yeah, since I removed those sponges from the pre-filter, the flow has definitely increased as well, so that's a good thing. And as I was kind of preparing this video today, another thought popped into my head, is that what if our lily pipes are also restricting the flow, which is also then causing the air issues. So I've now installed the original one from Oase, the original intake, which actually has a lot bigger slots compared to what I was using. So on this aquarium I'm using the the lily pipe sets from AQUARIUM, the plastic ones, the Neo Flow. I have the original intake right here. So as you can see, these slots are, I mean, they're quite small and there's not a whole lot of them. And if you compare it to the ones from the original Oase intake, like there's a lot more of them as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna test this out, see if this makes a big difference with this with the standard inflow, see if that makes any difference. I am of course aware that the CO2 reactor will also restrict the flow, but that's something I don't want to give up on. And also the CO2 reactor is attached to the outflow, so that shouldn't really impact the amount of water coming into the filter. I actually also did another decibel test, just super simple. I've downloaded this app on my phone. I connected my microphone to the phone as well. So the results may be not super accurate, but I've tested the Biomaster 850, I tested the FilterSmart 300 and my JBL E902, and they were all very, very similar actually, all between the 40 and the 50 decibel range, which for me is actually totally acceptable. By the way guys, what do you think of this shirt? This is the AQUARIUM in Balance from Moss Cotton. I really like this one. It's a nice slim fit and makes those biceps pop as well. If you like this shirt or any of the Moss Cotton shirts, you can now use my discount code MJAQUA10 for 10% off on the Moss Cotton website. I'll leave the link in the description. So yeah guys, that's it. I mean, if you're experiencing similar issues, just try it out, see if it helps. It's not going to be 100% fixed. I mean, I still sometimes have a few burps, but at least it's a lot less, so I'm really happy with that. It's just something I want to share with you guys. If you have a lot of background noise, I know how annoying it can be, especially if it's in your living room or maybe even in your bedroom. So I hope if with this video I can help one person to kind of relieve their pain a little bit, then I'm a happy man. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Really hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done this yet, and I'll see you next time. Take care.